Alright, I'm back. I got it all fixed. Added the extra strips, so we'll have plenty of binding now. Yeah, I screwed up, and you know, first thing I thought it was the pattern, but nope, I read it wrong. So I fixed it now. Let's finish this up. Picking up where we left off there. Well, why are we sliding off here? Right. I forgot to. And you know, none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. And even the Bible tells us we're not perfect. It tells us all of us have sinned. But I got it. I got it working back the way it was. And here we are. We're going to do this mitered corner. So I'm sewing backwards off the edge. Picking up my foot. Oh, this is fun. So I'm trying to put a miter on here where I have my binding strip connected. And you see I mitered the binding strip. I don't even know if you can see that. I don't know. I don't. Sorry. But hopefully my grandbabies will figure it out. They're smarter at technology than I am. This, yeah, that's where the miter is, so it's going to be extra. I didn't trim it up, so there's going to be extra fabric right there. Alright. Down we go. I don't like how that mushed. Alright. Sewing down. Alright, now there's multiple ways in the quilt to connect these. Like, there's a dozen ways. And one of the most popular ones is to take these two pieces, get them to meet, cut them, and then you sew them together like this. So you get them and you sew them together like this. And then, you know, you tack it down. I don't like that method. I don't like it because I always came up short. And I was always and it's harder to fix. I was having to add pieces to it to fix it. So I don't do it that way. What I do is I will trim this a little shorter. Where'd my good scissors go? Here we go. I'll trim this a little bit shorter. Okay. And lay it down. And then I will take this piece and lay it over it. Actually, you know what? That's not how I do it. I usually have, yeah, well, oh, here we go. This is how I do it. I fold it back so I get a finished edge on the outside. That's exactly how. I haven't made a quilt in a while. And I'm tired. I've been going all week. Okay, and then I'll lay this across like that. So let's sew it down a little bit. All right. And then I will trim this down. You know what? I'm just going to do it like this. I do it. There's a million different ways y'all can do this. So I will trim this down and slide it just a hair off the edge there. Okay. There we go. So now when I go to flip it to the back side, I've got a nice finished edge here. And when I flip it to the back side and tack it down, that's what you're gonna see. That's what you're gonna, I don't know if you can see it. I mean, it'll be a little neater than that. So I'm pretty much done. I usually hand bind my my binding. I hand bind it to the back with a blind hem or a blind stitch, and because that's how I like it. I don't like, you can come through, you can do it and come through and top stitch it down through the back, but I think I like it. I like the way it looks when you blind, I can't even say it, blind hem stitch on the back, or blanket stitch, whatever it's called. Anyhow, I'm just starting to learn how to do all this with the video and stuff. So, and this channel is just meant for my grandbabies anyway. I just want to pass it down, let them see what grandma used to do and what grandma did and how grandma made their stuff for them. So that's the point of this channel anyway. And if y'all pick up something and learn something new, to those of you who strangers to the family come in and watch this video, then so be it. That'll be awesome. If you learn something from it, great. All right, I rambled on too much. I sound like an idiot. But I'm going to trim this up. When I go to trim it, when you cut all this off right here, you're going to trim it right along this edge. And then, so all this bulk is going to be gone now. And I'm just going to have the binding. And then you're going to flip the binding over to the back. And I hand stitch mine. And then I'll put a picture of it up on my that YouTube post page or whatever it's called. I'm just learning all this, so I don't know. Technology challenge. All right, talk to you later.